Good evening, fuckers. We are live once again, hoping that everything is up and running. Certainly should be. Let's see who is here. It's the usual twosome, Erodian and Jim. It's almost as if they knew this was coming today. Going to be another bumpy ride. Now, unlike last time when you made that quip, this time, yeah, I actually I get it. The weird thing is, I'm really not feeling all that alert today. I'm feeling really drowsy. I've even had to resort to making sure I've got a cup of tea here in the hope that the caffeine will sort of perk me up in a bit. Yes, certainly hated common time. What's this in places? 7-4. Well, the fly from here, sweet. I mean, you could pluck any sort of time signature you like. The chances are that at some point throughout that whole thing, it will have got used. Anyway, let's get the game up and running so that then hopefully it will appear on the stream rather than just have me in front of a blank screen. So if anyone, yeah, either of you watching can let me know if it is viewable, because as is so often the case, my Elite Dangerous, my YouTube like streaming analytics are so far behind that yeah, I have no idea. All looks good. Right, okay, there we go. So we are back in Asterapy, and we are going to be doing the last of my AX ship testing. And well, you've got a pretty good impression there as to what the first ship is. So we are going to be testing the AX Anaconda. I've actually had this ship for a long old time, but I've recently refitted it. It's just a slight refit. That took a long old while to load, but it's probably because I rebooted my PC about 20 minutes or so before I started this. So let's have a quick rundown of the outfitting that I've got on this thing. So we start with weapons, and yeah, there's not a great deal of variety here, as I have six, yep, count them, 6 class 2 Guardian shard cannons. These are all the pre-engineered ones with the long range. The long range isn't really the thing that I need with these. It's the fact that the shot speed is so much faster than the standard ones, and that's where, yeah, they really do sort of benefit from the engineering. Unfortunately, if we look at the thermal load, which is 19.8, which is a 1,550% increase over the standard. Yeah, and I've got 6 of these things fitted on this. Heat is a bit of an issue. So I have done something to try and combat it. So I have 2 class 1 beam lasers. Both are long range with thermal vent. I mean, at least them being long range means that they will do something. But yeah, all these things are going to do is attempt to close the, or attempt to cool down the ship. Class 1 beam lasers are useless at the best of times as far as an actual weapon, let alone when you're doing AX combat. So, right, on to utility mounts. There's not going to be a huge amount of surprises here either. So we have the caustic sink launcher, which is of course modified with heatsink ammo capacity. The shutdown field neutralizer. At the bottom we have the pre-engineered Sirius heatsink launcher, so I have 5 heatsinks. The ammo maximum saying 4 is not including the one that's already loaded. And I have the enhanced Xeno scanner. And I have 4 shield boosters. So yeah, this is an AX ship that actually has shields. All of these shield boosters, grade 5, heavy duty with supercapacitors. What a big surprise. On the core internals, you're not going to be all that surprised by anything here. Military grade composite, so heavy duty engineering, deep plating, shock horror. Power plant is overcharged to grade 5. I had to do that. I mean, with that many of those pre-engineered Guardian shard cannons, yeah, I definitely had to overcharge this. But the experimental is double braced, so at least the power plant has some additional protection. Thrusters is a real shock for you. Dirty drive tuning grade 5 with drag drives, but you never thought that was going to be the case. And I bet you can't imagine what the next engineering is for the frameshift drive. Yep, increased FSD range with mass manager. The only slight surprise is that I fitted an SCO drive to this Anaconda. Okay, it gives me slightly better jump range, but you'd be mad to try using the SEO overdrive feature. If you've got a long distance to go, you've got to take it slow. This thing really does go through fuel like fuck holy knows what. Overcharged fuel consumption 2.05 tons per second. Yeah, and the heat really does skyrocket as well, so don't use that on the Anaconda. Life support grade 4 reinforced. It is an A-rated life support. Power distributor is weapon focused grade 5 with super conduits, again with 6 pre-engineered Guardian shark cannons. You are not going to fit anything else. You've got to engineer weapon focus. Sensors are 8D. I don't like using D-rated sensors. I'd much rather use A's, but you know, D's it is in this case. Besides which, class 8. I really don't want the immense mass of these big heavy sensors. So yeah, 8Ds, and I still did grade 5 lightweight scanner. I mean, this is actually engineering that I did years ago. These days I wouldn't bother going all the way up to grade 5 on, you know, a D-rated scanner there, but back then I did. And then finally into the optional internals. So I have a bi-weave shield generator, which has been reinforced to grade 5 with high cap experimental. I'm not convinced by this shield generator. I think I might have been better off going with a standard rather than the bi-weave. You'll see what I mean when we take this out for the first of the test runs. So 64 ton cargo rack, the 5F experimental weapon stabilizer, which I had to have with those 6 shark cannons, 5A repair limpet controller, and then the first of many reinforcements. So 1, 2, 3, 4 class 5D hull reinforcement packages, which are all heavy duty with deep plating. For a AFM unit, not entirely sure that's going to be enough, but well, I mean, against Cyclopes, yeah, but against Basilisks, which is really, you know, Basilisk and up is really what you're aiming to go after in, you know, an AX ship like this. But you know, then yeah, I have 4 Guardian module reinforcements, so 2 class 4s, 1 class 2, 1 class 1. So that is the loadout. The net result of all that as far as the defences go is that my shield health is 2,834. That's not brilliant, not for a heavy AX ship. I mean, it will do. Well, actually, I say it will do. No, it won't do. Armour health 5,568. I mean, that certainly ain't too bad. I can't argue with that. But the shields, yeah, the shields are not fantastic. Let's see what we've got here. You've seen how easy we're changing how they track views for standard long form vids. A few counts after 1 frame now instead of 30 seconds. Yes, I saw that. Basically, the instant the vid starts, that counts as a view. A lot of people are moaning about it. I mean, honestly, I couldn't give a monkey's toss. You know, a view's a view. So, right. So, in the previous AX tests, I've taken a Kestrel, which has done absolutely fine against Cyclopes. Had no problems at all with the old Kestrel. It was you know, quite impressive. Taking the old Corsair out, that again, no problems at all. Taken the Mandalay out, which I thought was going to have some difficulty, but in fact it was more than fine. It worked really well. So you would imagine that an Anaconda going up against the Cyclops should have no problems whatsoever. This should be an absolute breeze. Yeah. Let's just say no, it's not ideal. It is a bit of a I'm trying to think of the right word. See, this ship, immediately I would have to change the weapon loadout very slightly. Would be absolutely fine in an AX conflict zone. But in a non-human signal source, one-on-one with a Cyclops, no. The three previous ships that I've already mentioned all vastly outperform this, as I am about to demonstrate. Right, let's see what we have out here. I'm certainly not going to a 9. There's a 5. Right. Okay, let's see what we've got. Well, there is a Cyclops here. Yeah, there it is. So far away, I couldn't even scan him until now. Right, so I've got my shard cannons in 2 groups of 3. So that's the first heart down. But as you can see, because I'm now in like my combat settings of where the pips are in 303, my top speed is 127. It is pitifully low. And it means that, yeah, he is able to catch up with me with very little effort. And it means that my shields are just coming down and down and down. I'm amazed they are still up. Alright, so there's the second heart. So then comes its caustic missile, which is not particularly fast. All those from the Thargon Swarm certainly are fast enough. So the shields are down and the caustic missile has hit. So I can't outrun the caustic missile. That's quite handy actually that he was facing the other way. Still trying to remove the shields, but now, yeah, because I'd taken out 2 hearts, I was able to finish him off. So that's one area where the that's one area where the Anaconda does do well, because I've got such you know, hefty amount of firepower on this thing. I was able to destroy the Cyclops while it still had 2 hearts. But as you saw, the ship is very slow. My shields are going to come down every single time. So I either need to use a standard shield generator, or I need to fit a shield cell bank so that that can sort of counteract the draining effect of the lightning attacks, or both. And really, I think it would need to be both. So taking on a Cyclops left me with no shields, 79% hull. So I mean, in terms of percentage, the Cyclops certainly does better. I think you could well argue the Mandalay does better. I don't think I'd go so far as to say the Kestrel does better. So yeah, one-on-one against a Cyclops is really not the sort of speciality of this AX Anaconda. Anyway, we'll go and dock, we'll cash in, we'll get repaired, get the shields back up online again. We'll take it for a second run. There was a bit of an interesting development in Elite Dangerous on Monday. One of the systems that has rare commodities, namely the Nguri system, which is controlled by the Emperor, the quantities of that rare commodity, which is Soontil relics, absolutely skyrocketed. Oh yeah, I forgot I still had caustic damage. Let's get a shot of that. So yeah, Soontil relics. If you go to, I can't remember the name of the Coriolis station in that system, but you go there, the quantity is 600, which means that if you were to fill up with 600 of those and then take them to a system that is controlled by whichever power you are pledged to, and ideally is somewhere in the region of, well, at least 125 light years away, you will make, on top of the profit margin, that's not a bad repair bill, 40,901. But yeah, on top of the profit margin, you will make at least 10,000 merits. Or in other words, you will gain at least 1 rank every single time. The drawback is everybody wanted in on that, and from Monday, for all I know, it will be the same again tonight, because I'm assuming that that is still available. Yeah, the servers have been absolutely caned, especially if you go anywhere near Nguri. But I did take advantage of it. I took quite a hefty advantage of it, actually. And so Monday, Tuesday, so in about 4 days, my power play rank, let's just cash in. Oh yeah, wood outfall's in the right fucking... So yeah, in 4 days, my power play rank went from 165 to rank 201. By my standards, that is a staggering amount. It meant that, see, I shouldn't have closed that just then. I finished in the top 10%. So on Thursday, I got 50 million as a result of that. And I am currently in the 10% again, but as you can see, only just. So I would need to do probably a fair bit more if I'm going to finish in the top 10% this week as well. But the real gain for me from doing that is that my materials count has been massively improved. And I'm now doing very nicely. But yeah, you've got a couple of the... power, yeah, the care package reward notifications there. I don't know why they were still there, because I always delete them straight away. Right, where are we on the old chat? Mick DC has arrived. Sluggish, yeah, it's very much describes the Anaconda. It's why I prefer medium stroke small craft for combat, prefer the manoeuvrability of them. Yes, how do I? This is useless for you know, one-on-one, well, unless you're going to be going after Medusas or Hydras. But if you're going after just, you know, one-on-one Cyclopes, forget this thing. It is far too slow, and its manoeuvrability is not good enough. But if you're going to go into an AX conflict zone, then this is, yeah, this is not bad. Although I would make a couple of changes. Like I said, I think the Bioweave shield generator is just not strong enough. That needs to become a standard. Now that's going to increase the power usage, especially if I also was to add a shield cell bank. But I would also replace 2 of these shaft cannons with AX multi-cannons, because if you're going into an AX conflict zone, there are going to be absolute shitloads of scouts flying about, and yeah, you don't want to be wasting shaft cannon ammo on scouts, so have a couple of AX multi-cannons fitted. You'll absolutely breeze through those. So okay, let's go for attempt 2. I mean, that first one where I finished with 79% hull, that's the highest amount of hull I've had on this Anaconda for quite some time, you know, after finishing you know, combat against a Cyclops there. I don't know why I scanned that. There are only 2 encoded materials that I'm not maxed on, and you don't get either of them from basic scans. Right, let's see what's about. I will be going to a 6 later on. Oh, well, there's got to be a 5 around here somewhere. Five, there we are. This will probably turn out to be one that's either got scouts or nothing in it, but we'll give it a shot. What I'll do this time is I will actually attempt to get away from the Cyclops when it's going to use its lightning attack. So yeah, once I've taken out the first heart. So I'm going to have to do a bit more power management. Okay, there he is. Already scanning. We'll let him scan me because I'm kind like that. Right. Okay, there's the first heart down, so let's try and get away from him before he uses his obviously I'm not going to be getting any salvage from this site. Jesus Christ, he's barely moved. I'm leaving him for dust. There he is. Right, let's try and cut back against him. Well, I managed to destroy a Sargon. Even at full boost, I'm too slow to get away from him. Shouldn't have cut back. Handy, considering I couldn't even really aim at it very well. But I have still got my shields up. So, right, caustic missile hit me both times. Alright, let's go in for the kill. First thing we need to do is bring his shields down. That was done deliberately. Wait for them all to reload. There we go. So, I mean, I can destroy them quickly enough. But I actually came out of that, well, a hell of a lot better than I was expecting. So the shields are still up at 25 and the hull 86, which is none too shabby. Let's get a shot of the caustic sink. That actually went quite a lot better than I was expecting it to. I'm actually quite pleased with that one. I almost wish that hadn't been the case, because now it makes it a bit less obvious with regards to what ship to use for the final battle against, well, I don't know if it'll be the final battle, but for the battle against the Basilisk. Anyway, let's go and repair. This repair bill is going to be quite low, I think. Now, I've just also noticed something else. This is one of the reasons why I try, well, I don't try, I go for the quick kill while the Cyclops still has 2 hearts left. Because if I took out the second, or yeah, the second from last heart, that's when it's going to use its EMP. But as you can see, my system's capacity is completely drained, which means I would not be able to use the anti-shutdown. Now, okay, it's coming back on now with 4 pips to systems, but if the shields had been taken offline, even with 4 pips to systems, no, they wouldn't. So I'm in a spot of bother when it comes to the the EMP, even though I have the anti-shutdown device. So I do need to improve the shields, there's no two ways about it. I don't really have the power available to fit a shield cell bank, so I can't sort of, you know, try and negate the lightning attack.
Speed restrictions are in effect at this facility. Please comply.
So I've just got to keep trying and making sure that I avoid that lightning attack. That's all I can do. And as you may have noticed, if you've seen either of the 2 previous streams where I was doing these AX tests, that is certainly not guaranteed. So only 24,715 repair bill. Absolutely take that. So we'll cash that. So millions up to 161 million. I think I forgot to do that last time, but 147. I think I can live with that one. What about this? Alright, where are we now? What about getting rid of the shield? The thing is, getting rid of the shield, okay, it does eliminate some of those problems, but it also means that I'm going to lose 2,834 of my defence, and I'll be replacing it with a hull reinforcement which will give me 770 something. So I will be some 2,100 down as far as my defence goes. That's if you're looking at it in just sheer numbers. Now, yeah, okay, I realise how quickly the shield could come down when the lightning attack is done. But because the other thing is, this ship being so slow and having such terrible manoeuvrability, and also its sheer size, I'm basically going to be taking hits all the time. I can't try and do anything, you know, nimble, like trying to avoid damage. If they fire at me, it's hitting me, whether I like it or not. So I need, well, I think anyway, I need the shields. So there's everything in there. I don't... I'll go into the hangar so I can double check it, but I don't think I've got a Class 7 shield that is like awaiting deployment. I might have a shield, but I think it's a Class 6. No, in fact I haven't got any shields at all. So I do have a Class 6 shield cell bank, so I mean, yeah, that's ready for use. But then where would I put it? Because I certainly can't put it there, because I don't want to be, you know, without limpets if I'm going after anything more powerful than the Cyclopes, because I will absolutely need those. So I can't get rid of the cargo rack. Obviously I can't get rid of the weapon stabilizer because I've got 6 weapons installed. I mean, I can move the repair limpet down to a Class 5 slot, but then that means replacing or removing one of my hull reinforcement packages, which I really do not fancy doing. So I think I might need to forget about the shield cell bank and just try to avoid, which is a lot easier said than done, but try to avoid the lightning attack. And bearing in mind that, well, you saw how much of my shields it took down in the first attempt, and that's only a Cyclops I'm going up against. With, I keep forgetting how many shields I've got, 2,834. Going up against a Basilisk or better, if I'm caught by their shields, by their lightning attack, my shields are coming down no matter what I do. So, it's a tough choice. Well, let's take it out for its third and final run. So I always do 3 runs in these tests. I think it's safe to say that my second attempt was significantly more successful than the first, due in no small part to the fact that I did attempt to avoid the lightning attack. So obviously I will try the same again. Even at full boost, this thing is slower than any of the 3 ships that I had used previously. Right, let's see what we have. That's no good. Key threat 4. There we are. Let's hope this one is okay. We've been alright as far as what's been in these signal sources. see what we got. A bit surprised, not seeing much around. Right, here we go. So, first heart done. Right, so it has started chasing us. Try and boost away from it, which of course we can't do because we're so slow. Still not fired yet. There it has. Oh. Okay, so second half down. And my shields are down. So yeah, certainly not done as well as I did in the previous attempt. But yeah, look at that, system's now completely drained. Where's he going? Well, he is coming back after us. Oh shit, I can't use my, yeah. Wicked hell. Right. There we go. Well, I've got to try and get some power into the systems because I can't use my heatsink launcher. I'm taking a lot of internal damage because of the because of the heat being generated from these weapons. This loadout is really not working. With the shields down, yeah, not only can I not avoid, or yeah, not only can I not use the shut down the field neutralizer, I can't even use my heat sinks. I can't use the caustic sink launcher. Yeah, definitely needs a bit of a rethink, this thing. I mean, I'm having no problem taking out the ships, you know, no problem at all dealing with the Cyclopes, you know, which is no big surprise. But that's about the only thing that I'm not having any problems with. But you imagine if you're in an AX conflict zone, so you've taken out one Cyclops, but now you're like this, you've got nothing in the system's capacity, you can't use your heatsink, you can't use your caustic sink launcher, and you've got, like, you know, another 2 or 3 Cyclops coming towards you. You know, what the fuck are you supposed to do? So as a heavy AX ship, this needs some work done to it because it's really not working as it currently stands, in my opinion anyway. So we'll repair,
Authorized. Proceed to bay
cash in again,
17.
and then we'll go to the carrier, which is in the nearby system, and switch to the second ship that I will be trying out.
Commander, reduce your speed immediately.
There, 90,708, by far the highest repair bill for quite some time.
Good to have you with us, Commander.
Right, so the carrier is over in HIP 17692, which is where it seems to always end up getting parked at when I come down here. Yeah, sometime today would be nice. There we go. Right, anywhere else in... now you said that it will be empty. I'm amazed it wasn't, to be honest. It did have another Cyclops in after all. Yeah, I was a bit lucky with that one. Maybe a more system-focused power distributor, but then that would also affect the weapons availability. So that is the big problem. If you're going to have something as, let's face it, it is rather over the top, having 6 pre-engineered shard cannons. But if you are going to have that kind of loadout, you've got to go weapons focused, because without the weapon focused, you will empty your weapon capacity in under 2 seconds. So, you know, what can you do? That ship would be better off for AX conflict zones only, not non-human signal sources. Yeah, but again, you know, as soon as my shields come down, I can't use my caustic sink launcher, can't use me heat sink launcher, can't use me shutdown field neutralizer. So once I'm able to, you know, put something together that actually works all right, yeah, it's, I mean, you know, a ship like this, you know, an Anaconda, it is going to be for AX conflict zones. Well, certainly these days, I would not, you know, put together an AX Anaconda just to go after Cyclopes, considering that, you know, I can now do it in a small ship. Why on earth would I use an Anaconda for doing the same thing? So anyway, let's go and take this thing back to the carrier and change ships to something that I think will do a better job.
Ship uncoupled. Exit the station quickly and safely.
I don't need to scan that. Yeah, oh well. Scanned anyway. I mean, it could even be, and this is a sort of clutching at straws time here, It could just be that the Anaconda is not a great choice of ship for this particular role. It may be that I'd be better off using a Caspian. Caspian is faster, especially when it has 0 pips to engines. It's more manoeuvrable. I mean, granted, being more manoeuvrable than an Anaconda, it's setting quite a low bar there, but it is. So, you know, I might be better off trying a build like this in the Caspian rather than in the Anaconda. Alright, here we are. Pad 3.
Permission granted. We look forward to welcoming you to our carrier.
Wrong way of stopping.
Landing successful. Ship secured. Happy to have you, Commander.
Okay, so the second ship that we are going to be using is actually one that has already appeared in these AX tests before. It is the Door Ladder 3 Corsair. Okay, it did finally appear. There we go. But the loadout of this ship has been slightly tweaked compared to when we last saw it. So I won't go through the whole loadout again because most of it is still exactly the same as it was previously. The changes are here. So this is the mercenary module reinforcement package that I got at the end of the operations stream. So this thing has much higher integrity than the standard. I haven't got another class 5 Guardian module reinforcement. But yeah, the integrity for this module reinforcement is 438, whereas the Guardian one at class 5 is something like, I think it's about 335. So it's over 100 higher in terms of integrity, and its damage protection is 75%, whereas all of the Guardian D-rated stuff, in fact all of the D-rated module reinforcements, Guardian or human, is 60. So because I have the additional integrity and the additional damage protection, I've been able to remove the final class 1 Guardian module reinforcement and place some more armour. Hull reinforcement package, which of course is engineered heavy duty with deep plating. Now that does mean that there is additional mass, but because the thrusters on this thing are so immense, my speed hasn't changed at all. Top speed 473, boost speed 600. So we are fine there. And the additional armour means that, yeah, I have armour health of 5,244. So you think about it, it's only about 300 and something lower than the Anaconda that we've just been enduring. But of course it has no shields. But this thing is significantly more manoeuvrable than an Anaconda, and it is also significantly faster. I mean, with the boost I would be able to outrun even a Basilisk. So, you know, it's got the speed. Alright, manoeuvrability of a Corsair is not exactly state of the art. Its roll is great, but pitch and yaw are somewhat ordinary. But I think they will still be good enough against interceptors. So we'll head back to Asterope in this, dock at the station there, because if I am destroyed I would rather restart there than restart here in the carrier.
Maps released, and you're away.
We'll see how this does. So obviously I will start by giving it, you know, the usual tests against Cyclopes. I am pretty sure it's going to do better than the Anaconda did, and therefore this will be the one that goes after the Basilisk. This will be the first time I've taken this ship in the combat since I made those changes. So I have no idea how well the mercenary module reinforcement will do. I have no reason to think that it's going to be any kind of failure. The only drawback with the mercenary module reinforcement is that it is only available as a class 5. It would be fantastic if we were able to get additional ones and yeah, use those instead of Guardian ones, but can't have everything.
Access authorized. Please head directly for Bay 33.
Landing gear deployed.
Yeah, I knew I would land a bit hard. 76 of damage there. I think I can live with that.
Docking successful. Grinder
Alright.
dispatched. Station services are at your disposal.
Nothing more in the chat just yet. So, oh, we're down. So this has now been set as our return point. Let's head out and see how this does. So it's going to be Cyclopes first.
Disengage from landing pad. Maintain correct lane on exit.
I don't really want to be going through the exit slot there while an orca's coming through, and then there's a fucking second one coming in straight away after it. Alright. Piss off out of here before another one gets a chance to come along. But these orca pilots know that if I'm heading out there, then yeah, that entrance slot is just for me. Now I have a feeling I'll need to do the scan again. Yeah. Alright. Let's try and find 5 right there. Fairly close to the star. Not an ideal location, but we'll give it a go. Clearly it's not so close that it's going to affect thermal limit. We're still on 25. This is going to be one where there'll be either nothing or it'll be scouts. Or it'll be absolutely fine. Here we go. There we go. So I'm at 346. Now the yeah. Can easily go faster than 346, but it can't go faster than 470, which I'm doing now. So he's really coming after me, but yeah, he can't catch us. His top speed is 450 and I'm doing 473. So we'll let his, I mean, he is absolutely relentless. He's not firing because he's so determined to use his lightning attack. We'll let his shields come down to low 50s. Oh, he's no longer trying to use his lightning attack, so he will now though, because his lightning attack is not as dangerous now, but he has been able to stop me. there's his next heart down. The only way I can move is by boosting. Right, we're okay now. I can slow down a bit because he's so far away. He's catching up. Well, he was. Shields around 69. We'll let them get a bit lower before I go after him. None of those hit. Right, he's definitely catching now. So let's. Anyway, shields are down to low 50s, so that's okay. There you go. Now we need to make sure we've got power in the shutdown field neutralizer. I'd say that was quite okay. Still taking hits from the Thargon Swarm, but not from... Okay, now I am taking hits from him. I'll go in a little bit sooner than I would. He caught me again. So I'm barely moving. And there he goes. Let's get a big old view of the explosion. So he's down and I'm on 84% hull. For a while it looked like I might have been able to do that with my hull still in the 90s, but not quite. But I mean, that was absolutely effortless. In a ship with less armour, no shields, less firepower, and it just was infinitely better than the Anaconda, entirely down to its speed and its manoeuvrability. You might be putting them in system swap. I didn't even need to use a heatsink. I mean, I did deploy one, but I really didn't need to. Yeah, I think it's safe to say I am rather satisfied with how that did. Well, I've still got no idea how that whole the module reinforcement is working, because it never got even close to putting me in a position where I was going to find out.
Access authorized. Proceed to Bay 4-5.
Oh, I thought I left that a bit late. Total repair bill 21,282.
Docking successful. Commence power down.
Absolutely
Station services are at your
no
disposal.
problem with that at all. So another 8 million. So the million's now up to 175. Let's see if we've got anything here. Peter has arrived. This is face on brute force, but it's the old method of cold orbiting, remote flax, Pythagons, etc. still valid too. Yeah, it certainly is, but that involves using flight assist off, which I'm absolutely hopeless at. I think it's at least partly to do with me using keyboard and mouse. So yeah, I just cannot get on with using that method. So I've got to stick with this one. And I mean, at the risk of sounding like I'm shouting my mouth off, this method has done well. You know, as far as I've taken out 26 Medusas, and 25 Hydras. Granted, that was during the Thargoid War, and that was at conflict zones that were above surface settlements. So they never deployed their Thargon swarm, which made them a hell of a lot easier. But even so, I'll still take being able to deal with Medusas and Hydras. Thank you very much. I very much doubt I would be able to do it in this ship though, but it certainly looks like we will be testing this one against the Basilisks. So, alright, let's get the second test on the way. So this is going to be Cyclopes again, and if this works out just fine, and let's face it, there is no reason why it wouldn't be fine, we can instead of doing a third Cyclops test, we will give it the big one against a Basilisk. I mean, I've only ever taken out 89 Basilisks, which is, I mean, okay, it's not terrible, but I mean, bloody hell, there are players out there that take out 89 Basilisks in a week. What have we got now? 5 straight away. Okay. Alright, let's see what's here. can't see anything because the glare on the sun, but there is either a cycloid probe or a sensor here. See what it is. Cycloid sensor. And get them anywhere. Okay. Right. There we go. Don't think I took any internal damage. I got the warning about the heat levels, but I think we're alright. I also forgot to set my pips to the settings that I should be using. Alright, so here he comes. Now that I've slowed down. I've slowed down a bit too much actually, but I don't want to get too far away because otherwise he gives up and buggers off. But again, I want his shields in low 50s before I go after him, which they are now. Alright. Both shark cannons are reloading. I'm barely moving because he managed to shut off my yeah, he managed to shut off my thrusters. Anyway, second heart is down. So we have the caustic missiles incoming. I am getting too far away from him now, yeah. So there he is. He's still coming after me. Shields are alright, well 59, okay, it'll do. Again gonna use the lightning attack, he's just caught me. So your manoeuvrability just isn't there to keep up with him. There we go. So now I want to make sure that yeah, I've got the powering systems. Here he comes. He is still catching, but very, very slowly. I'm not too worried about that. Yeah, none of them got even anywhere near me. Right, he's down to low 50s. Here we go. Shut down my life support there. Module malfunction. Now, why did that come along that quickly? He's down to 1% and he got his shields up in time. this range, yeah. Now, where did that module damage come from? Was that because of me overheating, or was that through damage? That must be the one that failed, 32. So yeah, none of my module reinforcements failed. I mean, that took a fair old bit of damage, but then the largest module reinforcement always takes the brunt of the brunt of the module damage anyway, until it's exhausted down to 0, and then the next lowest one takes over, and so on. But yeah, I don't know how or why that took so much. Right. Well, we'll go and repair. But because of that, I feel like I am going to need to do a third a third Cyclopes run, just to see if that's going to happen again, or if that was just a one-off. I have to say, I do think AX combat really is the forte of the Corsair. I have got a Corsair that's been put together for standard combat. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not fantastic. So 41,486. See, that's nothing.
Docking successful. Engaging docking restraints. Good to have you with us, Commander.
So it's weird with that repair bill so low. How comes that shard cannon got into, you know, such a state that it needed, that it was malfunctioning? We'll also point out as well that if you're doing operations and you encounter an enemy NPC Corsair, then once you've dispatched all the pissant little, you know, Cobra 3s, Cobra 4s and Vipers, you have absolutely got to then prioritise taking out the NPC Corsair, because in operations, enemy Corsairs are always armed with 3 plasma accelerators, and believe me, they do a hell of a lot of damage if they hit. Now I think it's 2 beam lasers, and I'm not sure what the third weapon is, probably a missile of some kind. But yeah, when you're doing operations, if you've got a Corsair out there, they are absolutely devastating. So you really got to watch yourself around those things. Right, where are we? Yeah, and FA off, I'm horrible at that as well. Yeah, I just cannot get on with FA off. I never fought Thargoids, not a single shot. Yeah, I remember actually when, God, yeah, this is going back quite a few years, but I remember you telling me that before. And at the time, I wasn't interested in going after Thargoids either. I was quite happy to leave them be. But before the the Thargoid invasion and the Thargoid war that we had, do you remember there was that other invasion that they did? And to put it mildly, Frontier Developments didn't really think it through, and they were just devastating everything that they were, encountering. And one of the systems that they took over, and basically, damaged absolutely everything in there, is the system that I always went to whenever I was mining. And because of that, I then thought, right, okay, in that case, I'm going to go after them. They've pissed me off. I'm going to fight back. So, so that's why that happened. That was a lot more difficult than previous Cyclopes. Yeah, I mean, it was more difficult. I wouldn't say it was a lot more, but yeah, it certainly was more difficult. Are your power priorities okay? Cargo AMFU off, etc. Helps with the heat. I haven't got them switched off. Cargo hatch is down at 5. I think the AFMU is, yeah, I've got that at 1. Yeah, let's move that down to 5. Because I only need that when, yeah. I mean, if I'm going after a Basilisk, there is a chance that I may need to use that while I'm still, like, boosting away, running from the thing. But, so I can't really switch it off. But, for now, yeah, yeah, if I just move it down to 5 now, that should be alright. But the heat is coming from the shard cannons, so the pre-engineered ones with the heat levels that they give off being increased by 1,550%. Yeah, it's not surprising that heat issues can crop up. Right, that is caught up there. So, okay, we'll have then the final Cyclops test.
Landing restraints lifted. Maintain correct lane on exit.
Yeah, out of the way. Fucking useless killback. Fucking shitty. Let's get the power priorities or the distributor sorted out before we head there this time. 4, no. There's another 5. Oh, there's only just over a minute to go on that one, so this is about to be the one where there'll be nothing in it. looks promising. Yeah, there he is. Alright, here we go. Alright, so first is down straight away. And he's 5 kilometres away. I'm only doing 346. He should be able to catch up with me, no problem. Alright, so he's coming after me now. Yeah, I shouldn't have slowed down quite so much. Now, it doesn't look like he's firing, only the Sargon swarm is, because if I can get him into just under 2 kilometres. Actually, yeah, he is going to fire now. He's not trying to use his lightning anymore. Let's has that caught me? Yes, it did. So shields are down. I was just waiting for everything to finish reloading. Oh, every single one of those missiles hit me. Right, I'm pulling away from him at a fair old rate. Here he comes. So I'm not going to do my big target of being able to take them out while they are, or with my hull staying within 90%. Again, I think he's caught me. Big time. Fucking hell. Oh, I can barely move. There we go. Okay, thrusters have come back online. Get out of range of the Sargon swarm. He's not used his EMP because I'm too far away. And I'm getting further away. Here he comes. Alright, so he's now in range. He's still not used his EMP. That was a bit of a risky one, but got him anyway. The 77% hull is lower than I would have liked, but I mean it wasn't exactly a dismal failure. away from it. Oh yeah, 5 kilometres away. Right, now let's have a look at the modules here. Now here we're fine. Side cannons 68, 60, 78, 67. Now obviously if this was a Basilisk I was going on after, I would probably have to be repairing these at some point during the battle. But yeah, I mean the module reinforcement package is at 18, so it almost got wiped out. But then, I mean, it was even worse in the last battle. But that was fine. No problem at all there, I don't think anyway. Right. Back to the repair shop. Well, I don't think it's going to surprise anybody. This is certainly the better ship to use if you're going one-on-one in non-human signal sources. So thinking about it, I mean, all those years that I would be going either solo or if I'd be teamed up with Jim, there's a good 3 or 4 videos either on my channel or on Jim's where we've been teamed up going after Thargoids in this system. But we were always going in either Anacondas or fed corvettes. And it's clearly the wrong kind of ship. And that would certainly suggest that was why we were struggling so much. I mean, we always managed to take the Cyclopes out, but you know, we were coming out of there with our hulls in, you know, in absolute shreds, shields long gone, and it's because the ship's too slow, too sluggish. So 41,245, yeah, absolutely fine.
Ground crew dispatched. It's good to have you with us, Commander.
So that's 6 Cyclopes taken out. That's got the credit balance up to 59,189,949,781. But I think this is where the credit balance goes down, because my rebuy cost is 8,816,729, and I am pretty sure that that is what's going to happen, because this is the test where I go up against the Basilisk. Let's see what we have in the chat here. By the way, I haven't had a burp in years. Should I worry? Well, I am drinking lemonade, so you know, it's extremely possible. Back then, that was all we had, and we didn't have all the pre-engineered modules and weapons either. That's true, yeah, we didn't have the pre-engineered weapons. But no, it wasn't the case of those were the only ships we had. I mean, we could have easily used Krites, Pythons. You know, it wasn't, you know, Anacondas or fed corvettes or nothing. There certainly were options. It's just that neither of us even considered taking anything other than the most heavily armed and heavily armoured ship that we could. So, right. Well, I've got to do it, haven't I? I'll tell you what I have got to do as well, because I don't know what it is about this chair, but it's really not doing my back any favours. It's not like I wasn't expecting it, but yeah, I've got my bloody painkillers right here, so... Right, give me a sec. The amount of pills I have to take per day, you'd think I'd be used to it by now, but no, every time it's still such a fucking palaver. Right, I need to get my psych myself up for this, so let's have a look in the chat here. That system used to hang around in, was that Kursk or something? System I used to hang around in. You may need to be a little bit more specific than that. There have been quite a few systems that I used to hang around in. My expensive gaming chair turns my arse into a pancake. Oh, what a delightful image you've conjured up for all of us there. Not good at all, you don't say. And causes painful coccyx. Yeah, I mean, I've got a cushion on this thing. The trouble is, it's now so flat from reusing it all the time that during the first Thargoid War days with the burning stations, etc. I know the system you mean. Let's have a look. Right, it's not Kaya Cold, but it's very close to it. So if we go and check there on the map, there's Kaya Cold. Nehet, that's it. That's the one I used to always be. I haven't been there for fuck knows how long. But yeah, this was the place I always used to go to. Yeah, Zeus and Orbital. And I used to do a lot of trade runs between here and a certain system that has now become quite a bone of contention, because that system is Cyclopes right here. Nowadays, if I'm in this area, I'm usually in where is it? Tovisa here, because I'm allied with all of the factions here, and I often get a lot of missions where they want tritium, and if you get you know, the source and return missions there, and they're wanting tritium, that does seem to be the highest paying of all of them. So I always take those. But a lot of the time, say they're going to pay 30 million. And they only want, I mean, they never want very high amounts. So if they were going to pay, well, let's say 35 million. Now, for 35 million, they would want me to bring back 90 tons. But what I do instead is I go out and I buy 30 million worth. So they get their 90, and then the rest of it I shove in the carrier. So it effectively works out that I'm able to, like, you know, build up me carrier fuel for nothing. That's not too bad, that. It also helps now with the you know, since power play was tweaked, that yeah, Tovisa is controlled by the Emperor, which is who I'm pledged to. Speaking of power play, I'm sure Jim won't mind me saying this, but I was telling him the other day about the the Soontil relics and that, and how much it's helping in power play, and he admitted that he's not all that sort of clued up on how power play currently works, because you say when they brought in the change, which admittedly was over a year ago now, wasn't it? It changed considerably, but every single change was very much a change for the better. So does that mean that would a guide on power play be something that there would be an audience for? I mean, I'm not entirely sure that I'm the one to do a guide, but there is someone, well, I'm assuming he's still watching, and he knows exactly who he is. I mean, my power play rank, by my standards, I think is great, up at 201. Whereas Erodian is on rank, I think he's on, is it about 891 now? Something like that. I mean, he is so far ahead. It's like he's not even in he's in another universe compared to me in power play. So the chances are he would probably be able to give you a much better guide to doing power play than I ever could. But at least I sort of, I know what I'm doing. I wouldn't be ranked 201 if I didn't know what I was doing. So, let us know if there is any demand for such a video, and I'll see what I can do on that front. When I initially switched from console to PC, I was pretty overwhelmed by it. So there has to be an audience for one. Okay, right, there you go. Right, job done. There's an audience of one. That's enough for me. Right, I'll do it. The thing with power play is, it almost looks like it has been designed specifically to look complicated and to make it look like it is difficult to follow. In fact, it's really not that difficult at all. But it's not very intuitive, shall we say. I'm going to have a terrier, and then I will go out and do the Basilisk run. I do assure you of that. Right. Actually, while I am asking, I'm sure I'm going to end up regretting this, but while I am here asking, are there any other sort of like video guides or just videos in general that you would want, you would want to see on this fucking channel? Because I do quite readily admit that I am running a bit dry of ideas. So yeah, if anyone has any that they want to see, then yeah, let me know. I wouldn't mind a power play for dummies video. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be going into like the real sort of advanced stuff, because for one thing, I don't know the real advanced stuff. But I can certainly cover the basics. I mean, I do power play purely for what I get out of it. I don't do it because I want to, improve things in the background simulator. Well, I say that. I do want to have the power play added to my system that I've been colonising, and I know Mick DC is quite keen to have it added to his as well. So that is a bit of background simulator manipulation, but yeah, that's probably as far as it goes, So really, I just do it for yeah, for what I can get out of it. I mean, I've got all of the perks that I get from my particular power. It's take a look. So yeah, plus 100% on bounty payouts. In fact, it's more than that. I get plus 100 and it's either 140 or 160% on bounty payouts. So it's more than doubled. Well, that applies if I'm in, you know, yeah, territory that's controlled by my power. Minus 100% rebuy cost if I'm killed by, yeah, if I'm in a territory controlled by my power. So if I'm in any of the Emperor's territories and my ship's blown up, doesn't cost me a fucking thing. Minus 100% rebuy cost when killed by a ship pledged to another power. Now that only applies if I'm not in my, you know, not in one of the systems. So, I mean, it would actually be quite beneficial if the Thargoids decided to join in power play and pledge to someone other than the Emperor, and then when I invariably fuck up this next run, it won't cost me anything. But yeah, I'm not quite that lucky. And then I also get 30% off the cost of any weapons if I buy them within the Emperor's territory. And of course there's all the care packages you get every time you go up a level, so your materials count is always, you know, helped out. And I've got access to all of the Power Play exclusive modules. Some of them are actually worth getting. I mean, a lot of them are not worth a squirt of piss, but yeah, there are some good ones there. Cyto Scramblers are great weapons. There you go, there's one. I get the gist about the level up. Power play, but still have to regularly look up what activities will gain merits depending on if it's acquiring or reinforcing, etc. Yeah, I mean, it does get a bit of a pain in the arse, that. I mean, like with the missions here, like so many of these missions, I just never bother with them because I just don't think they're worth it. I mean, I've done 3. But I mean, yeah, one of those missions, scan ships and wakes in the Guasiti system. Now that's where I was stationed at the time. So basically, I launched from the carrier, do basic scans on all of the allied ships. So you get the scan completed immediately. So that's like 7 of the ship scans done. Go to the docking station, which is like megameters away. Do the same thing there. And bosh, completed. I mean, it only paid 2,000 merits, but I only had to scan 10 ships. I mean, you know, Stevie Wonder could do that mission. This one was made extremely easy because all I had to do was ship a load of the reinforcements to Unguri, where I was picking up the Soontil relics. So, you know, and I'm able to get the reinforcement power commodity from the Guatiti system. So, you know, I was just going backwards and forwards all the time between those 2 systems. I mean, okay, it was 4 or 5 jumps, you know, each way. But I was making around 13,000 merits each return trip, you know. So, yeah, no problem. And then, yeah, collect bounties in acquisition systems. Absolute doddle. Just hang around the nav beacon and the enemy, you know, wanted ships will come along. Right, anyway, I've dawdled long enough. I don't think I'll get away with waiting any longer. Let's launch, and we are now looking for a threat 6. I do think some of these threat 6s consist of scouts and a Cyclops or 2. So we've got to try and make sure that we find one that has a Basilisk. I can also absolutely guarantee that this battle, unless I am blown apart in a matter of seconds, which is entirely possible, this battle will take a lot longer than any of my battles against a Cyclops. Right. There we go, 6 straight away. Oh joy. Alright, here we go. Oh yeah, I like the way it considers threat 6 to be a medium. There's a fucking Basilisk interceptor here, and that's considered medium, is it? Now, I am going to be taking quite a bit of damage from overheating during this one, because for a lot of this battle I'll be firing all 4 of my shard cannons at once. Also, okay, so it's too late now, but yeah, hang on, no, I have got the flat cannon installed. Right. I do believe that is a Basilisk. Yep. 5 hearts instead of 4. Basilisk variant. Okay, here we go. I cannot believe I got that down so quickly. Right, get the fuck away. This thing has a top speed of 530, so when it decides to come after me, it is really going to come after me. I've got a boost in order to stay ahead of it. Shield stays up an awful lot longer than the Cyclops shield does. So I really don't want to be hanging around trying to take its shield out. I'm still just about keeping it, or yeah, keeping out of range. So if I was able to use FA off, this is when I would be yeah, using that, turning round and using the flak launcher against the Sargon Swarm, although it does look like the Sargon Swarm has disappeared at the moment, but it will launch a new one fairly soon. Right, it's down to 30. Okay, let's give it a go. hate it when it turns and runs like this, because that's time that I could be using to destroy the heart. There it goes. Thrusters have been so... yeah, I couldn't even boost away. So I've only used 2... oh shit, I just realised how far away I was getting. I've only used 2 heat sinks so far. This is incredibly risky here, but alright, here we go. So he is catching, not too quickly though. Right, let's go away from him a little bit. So his top speed is 530. So even at full boost, where I'm doing 600, I'm not exactly going to be leaving him for dust, but nevertheless, the important thing is I am faster. So I think I'll do what I did last time, so when his shield gets down to 30, I'll re-engage. It's at 29. Okay, here we go. Reload. So, module reinforcement is down. This could be tricky. In fact, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Hopefully this will work. Yep. Repair it. Yeah, it looks like he's about 7 kilometres away. Yeah, so we'll let him catch up a little bit. So while his shields come down, my module protection can increase again. I'll also check how many weapons are doing. I mean, I'm down to 65% hull, which is not bad considering I've taken 3 of the 5 hearts out. I don't think many, or indeed anyone, would recommend going after a Basilisk using the method that I'm using here. So Stargon Swarm's gone. Module reinforcements at 60. What are the weapons like? 84, 83, 79 and 80. They're not too shabby. So 74%. Should I also repair that one? No, no. The shields are almost down. They are down. Okay, let's go after him. Made a right fuck up of that. There we go. Right, now I've got to try and boost out of here a bit lively. And this is where he will be using his EMP. So he's down to just one heart. I'm at 52%. I can't believe I'm about to say this, but I think I might be able to do it. But Roger reinforcement package is down to 60 already. Start repairing it again. How much ammo's left in here? Still plenty. Right, so that is repaired. Shall I do me weapons? Yes, because he's still got some of his shields up. So I will repair the weapons. I'll do the lot. I'll probably run out of AFM ammo before they're all fully repaired, but okay, handy. Power that one back up. This one's being done next. Shields are almost off. There we go. This one's finished next. Obviously, once these are repaired, I'll head back. One more to go. So he's already launched the next lot of Thargons. That's okay, I've been avoiding them. I'm quite surprised at how successfully I have been avoiding them. Alright, we are all set. This is one more boost. Here we go. It's reloading. He's gonna get his shields up, fucker. Alright, let's get away from him. If if the ammo hadn't been so low, I'd have been alright. What's happened? Where's he gone? Oh, here he comes. God, yeah, I don't want him pissing off when, yeah, he's this close to being taken out. I mean, I could just try blasting away his shields. I'm at 42% hull. That, I let him come along too close there. I'm now at 39% hull. Yeah, I want his shields to get down to, well, very low indeed. He's slowed. Okay, no, here he comes. Alright, so his shields are down to 10% now. Right, one more boost. There you go. So shields are off. Hurry up and reload. There we go. And that is one dead Basilisk in a non-human signal source. $24 million, thank you very much. I am well chuffed about doing that. I am also amazed at how relatively straightforward that was. I thought that was going to be much more difficult than that. I mean, granted, I only finished with 35% hull, but I cannot believe how that just seems fairly straightforward. Yeah. That was great. I am well pleased with that. Let's get ourselves repaired. No, my luck, I'll fucking crash while trying to dock now. So I did use up my heatsink ammo, although I could, you know, have just synthesized some more. That was not an issue. That's one of the reasons why I don't get when players put, like, you know, 6 heat sinks or whatever on their AX ships. Just synthesize more ammo. And as I think was quite evident there, you will get plenty of opportunities to do that. But I'm also pretty certain that I would not have been that successful if I used the Anaconda. Anaconda is far too slow. And being able to stay ahead of ahead of the Basilisk is what made the difference. If I didn't have the speed, there was no way I was going to take that out.
Welcome to the station, Commander. Please fly safely. Request approved. Clear to land at docking bay 08.
Right, so repair bill is only 78,584.
Greetings, Commander.
That is unbelievably low. So restock 4,974. That's because I used so much of the AFM unit. Couldn't give a monkeys. It's still absolutely fine. So here we go, 24 million minus whatever my SLF pilot will take. So yeah, I get 21,840,000. I will certainly take that. Let's see what we've got in the chat here. Right, I only ever did, this is Jim, I only ever did the original power plate to get prismatics and imperial hammers. Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah, you're quite a fan of the imperial hammers. I'm not all that struck on them myself. And prismatics, they're fine on the right ships, but if you put them on the wrong ships, they're more a hindrance. Only thing I do know for sure is flogging rares to acquisition systems, as I've been doing that to the system nearest ours. Yeah, it certainly helps with acquiring systems. It also helps with reinforcing if you've got if it's a system that's already under the power's control, so that's okay. I remember not being able to identify system states compared to the mission description as it was worded differently. Yeah, that was a bit of a pain in the arse, that, but yeah, I've kind of I've got used to it really. I sort of, I ignore the wording of the best thing to do is follow the wording on the mission description, not the not on the galaxy map. Are you into lore? A lore guide is always interesting for curious commanders amongst us. I don't mind the lore actually. I think it is pretty good. The problem is I know virtually none of it. So it would be me sort of having to, what little I know, everybody knows, so yeah, I'm not sure how good a job I can do with that one. I tried scanning some Basilisk Medusas and Hydras to get them into my codex. Successfully scanned them and managed to bugger off fast enough, but they never showed up in the codex. What did you use to scan them with? Even when using the enhanced Xeno scanner. Ah, that is why they didn't appear. You have to use the... where are we? You have to use the comp scanner. So, I mean, it's easy way around it. Just do that so that your enhanced Xeno scanner and comp scanner are both working at exactly the same time. That's how you do it. The only way of getting anything into, you know, anything that's sort of like organic into the codex is, yeah, by using the comp scanner. Why is his shield going down? Because he lacks a few hearts. No, Thargoid shields, they always sort of like decay relatively quickly. The Cyclopes, that thing decays at like it's less than a second per percent, so yeah, it really doesn't last very long. Basilisk one, as you saw, lasts a hell of a lot longer. Medusa and Hydra ones, yeah. I think they just naturally decay over time. Yeah, there you go. Not sure the lore reason though. I don't know the lore reason either. Remember when the first Thargoids appeared in the game? It made international gaming press news. Even the BBC covered it. I didn't know the BBC had covered it, but yeah, I do remember that. I remember, I think actually I did a video of the very first time I encountered one, you know, being pulled out of hyperspace. Now I'm absolutely sick of the sight of it, but yeah, at the time it was like, yeah, properly impressive. Yeah, it was good stuff. The news of the first I really hate that word. Hyperspace interdiction, shall we say, is what actually prompted me to give the game a go on PS4. I'd still been playing Frontier on and off back then on an emulator. I think Frontier is a fantastic game. I still occasionally play that as well. I also still occasionally play First Encounters. There's a great D3D version of First Encounters, and I actually think that when it's working stably, in Windows 10 it's a bit iffy, and apparently Windows 11 is even worse. But when it's working, that is, I think, probably the best of the Elite series of games. Okay, this must all be where I finally took the Basilisk out. Seemed very similar to Cyclops tactics, but obviously took longer due to a tougher opponent. Yeah, that's well, actually, I was going to say that applies to all of them. No, it doesn't. I might have been a bit lucky that I was able to avoid the Thargon swarm as I did, because really you want to be taking the Thargon swarm out. I mean, that Thargon swarm is twice the size of the Cyclops one. You know, there's 64 of them instead of 32. So, well, as I think you saw, when they were firing at me and hitting me, I mean, my hull damage is just, you know, getting absolutely stripped away. And then, of course, yeah, there's the armour of the Basilisk. I mean, the armour on the three tougher interceptors increases so much so that even the Basilisk, if you're using AX multi-cannons, they are utterly useless. They cannot penetrate the armour of a Basilisk, let alone a Medusa or a Hydra. When you get to a Medusa, the AX missiles are no good against that. You've got to be using Guardian weapons, you know, if you're going up against Medusas or Hydras. Yeah, the Anaconda would have done more heavy damage, but only if you could maneuver enough to cause the damage. Well, I probably could have manoeuvred enough to cause the damage, but I would not have been able to manoeuvre enough to avoid the damage from the interceptor or the Sargon swarm. It would have blown the fuck out of me like long ago. Saying that ship launch fighter is useless in AX, you'd think that especially the Guardian ship launch fighters should make a difference. They can make a difference. I mean, it's not much of one, but they can do. But they're better served as like a distraction, and you know, hopefully the Thargon swarm will chase after the ship launch fighter rather than you, leaving you to deal with the interceptor itself. But I mean, obviously, if the interceptor or even the Thargon swarm fires like, you know, 2 shots at your ship launch fighter, boss, it's done. So, yeah, as far as actually engaging the Thargoid, no, waste of time. But it can work as a bit of a diversion sometimes. Lore would be learned by reading the Dark Wheel and regularly reading Galnet, I suppose. I mean, I have read the Dark Wheel because, you know, when I had my Commodore 64 version of Elite, and that was, you know, included with the game. Yeah, I do remember reading it, and I remember thinking it was pretty good, but, God, I mean, it was so long ago. I mean, we're looking, what, 40 years ago now, so, yeah, I can barely remember it. I mean, it's not exactly War and Peace, so I'm sure it wouldn't take me long to, you know, read it again if I found, you know, a copy of it online or something. Drew Wagar, I've never known how to pronounce his second name, is an official law writer for Elite Dangerous. GB News also covered it. Oh god, I dread it. Right, what's this gonna be? Thargoids swarming into our system on small ships, abusing our women and being put up in 5-star hotels. Yeah, that would certainly be the GB News sort of, you know, slate on it. I actually have 2 signed copies of 2 of his books, Reclamation and Premonition. I've not read either of those. The only like novel that's based in like the Elite universe is, well, it's not really a novel, is it? The Dark Wheel, but yeah, that's the only one I've done. Premonition covers Salome's story and her ties with children of Iraq. So yeah, that is all a little bit over my head, that one. Right, what is the time? I'll tell you what, I'm going to add a bit of a bonus thing here. I wasn't going to do this, but something I tried out earlier today in operations. So we're going to get a bonus operation. I'm going to do this one solo. So because I'm doing it solo, I'm going to do the quickest one and the easiest one, which is Biohazard Takedown. I won't get any materials at all for doing this one, but I will get 25 Merc coins. So, yeah, okay. But my reason for doing this is because I decided to try a different loadout for when I'm on foot. And I was rather pleasantly surprised at how well it worked. Now, that said, I have only done it the once, so I might have just been lucky. But let's see. So I'm in my usual operations ship, which is the Fed Corvette, the battery acid enema. So get this underway. Obviously I'm in my Dominator suit. There's no point in using the Maverick suit, because even if you are able to get into those lockers, any materials you get from operations you don't carry them through to the main game. So
Clear the pad and get to work.
only the material rewards actually get kept. So right, research vessel dead ahead.
Our client needs you to eliminate them before they finish their work. Rendezvous at the research vessel marked on your nav panel. Your ships are equipped with stolen access codes that will allow you to bypass docking security and land. Further instructions will be issued.
Yeah, he waffles away for so long that he's still talking while I'm jumping to the destination. It does take a long old time to drop out of
dock at the research vessel.
Nice.
The stolen codes will allow you to bypass docking security.
Or super cruise, I should say. God dear. This guy's coming in at a really awkward angle. So no ship combat as we approach.
Proceed to the briefing room and download the data to track the researchers.
Now I will say that the on-foot sort of weapons that I'm bringing with me this time, they do work quite well when you're doing this, you know, in the easy mode, which I think the vast majority who are doing these solo will do it in the easy mode. In hard, I don't think it would be a good idea.
No gravity. Magnetic contact active.
It's not so much that it won't work as far as taking out the enemies.
Take control of the command deck and download the data to track the researchers.
It has much more to do with the fact that yeah, it's the shotgun and therefore you don't get very much ammo. Now obviously they heard that, but I've got to clone her anyway. But yeah, one shot and we're taking them out. So I need to ah, you fuck. Ah. There's some of that. I would much rather be just sort of like, you know, quickly making my way there than you know, having to deal with all these fuckers. Alright, so here we are where we have to get the download over the next 60 seconds.
Download commencing. Stay in range to maintain connection to the data port.
So enemies are approaching. Here they come. So let's give myself a bit of additional shielding.
Shield offline. Shield online.
Right, get the next one down. Oh, that was close. Take her out. Right, so the shields are out. Yeah, my shotgun works a lot better than yours does, pal. Right, okay. Now we've got to try and get the fuck out of here.
A group of researchers
But if we are
have
killed,
barricaded
it really
themselves
don't
on the
matter.
habitat deck. Another group are in engineering.
Because, yeah, if I'm killed, I can just start again. Jesus Christ. Well, I did not think that the shotgun would really be a viable weapon because of the lack of ammo. But yeah, it's proved to be extremely good. So I managed to get out of there in one piece, which I'm quite amazed by.
Shield deactivated.
So now we're off to the engineering deck. And we need to kill the first 4 of the researchers.
There are researchers on this level. It looks like they're still trying to finish their work. Eliminate them.
Well, they will have all heard that. Right, so here's one. Oh, okay. I thought they would be this side of the. There we go. Right, so that's one down. The others are all over this side.
Hostile in the area.
Alright, here we are. Oh, fucking, come on! There we go.
Target down.
Alright, so the other 2 are in the main... yeah, this is no good. That's the lifts back out of it. Can't get through there either. I think we might be able to get through this way. Okay, yeah, this isn't the way I would normally come, but we can do this.
Energy transfer complete.
Right, there's one. Where's the other?
Tango down.
Up here. There we go. Right, so that's them
Enemy
lot dealt with.
Good
So
job.
now we've got to
You've
get to the
stopped
lifts
crew
again.
completing their work. Proceed to the habitat deck.
Died by getting shot in the leg, yeah? Okay. Going the wrong way.
Target acquired.
Shit, there's no fucking slew of them there. Alright, get me ammo. And right, can't
Shield deactivated.
Now down to the habitat deck. This is the final part. The last four researchers to take out. Oh, I hate it when it's really sluggish like that when you start.
Authorization level or use an arc cutter to get through the doors.
Suit fully charged.
Okay, so we need him down.
Target located.
Would help if I put my shields on, wouldn't it? Ah, you fuck. I think this one is... No, this one's alright.
Energy transfer complete.
An update.
Where's the second one? Right. Right. So there's everyone from there, and then we've got to go the other side.
Confirmed.
Target acquired.
Fuck off. Getting a little bit low on ammo.
Moving to flanking position.
Yeah, some of that. Right, this way I think. Yep. No, I'll also get some ammo. There we go.
Energy transfer complete.
Okay, looks like no one has seen me.
Over here.
There's one. There's the other. Right,
Target eliminated.
try and get the fuck out of here.
Good kill. All researchers have been terminated. Good
Now
job.
back to the
Now
lift.
get to your ship.
Shield online.
Don't waste
I
your
think
ammo.
I've
Get to
taken
the
the wrong
elevator.
turning here. I think I'm going to end up. Yeah, right. I'll go back to me ship this way. But yeah, I mean the shotgun. All right, you will have ammo issues if you are rather more liberal with your shots. I mean, I was deliberately sort of being rather careful and choosing my targets.
Contact active.
But yeah, the fact that it is one shot every time, even when their shields are up. Now, if you are playing this in hard, the enemies are a lot tougher. Their shields will take more to come down. So there'll probably be like 2 shots and you take them out. But it's still a pretty quick kill. Now, where it says bounty there, no record, it means there's no point in attacking any of these because we're not going to get anything for them. So we'll just launch and wait for the runner to arrive. Plenty of ships around, but none of
The
them
runner is
really.
heading to your location for extraction.
Riders are arriving behind me. There it is.
Operation accomplished. Dock with the runner for debrief.
Okay, let's get there a little bit quicker. And they're all firing away, but yeah, they got no chance of finishing me before I land. I'm going to do more damage to my shields this way than they had. There we go. That is
Excellent
that
performance.
operation
Clients, please.
mission completed. It really is that straightforward. But yeah, I was amazed at how effective the shotgun was. I really didn't think it was going to be any good. I'm amazed I'm getting 52 materials. Last time I did this, the materials count there was 0. Let's see what I've got. 13 weapon component is not bad. I mean, I sell all of this stuff anyway. Obviously, I don't need any of it. Tungsten carbide I'll sell. Metal coil and micro transformer and micro thrusters. Those I will trade for something a little bit more useful. And then all of this is, yeah, encoded Odyssey materials. So, yeah, I'll just flog all of that as well. Not bad. The important thing for me is the plus 25 Merc coins. That's all I'm interested in when it comes to the operations. Is that you know, is the Merc coin. I've as well as the fully engineered mercenary module reinforcement. I've now put the fuel scoop, enhanced scooping rate up to grade 3 on 4 of my ships. There's another 2 that might get it, but yeah, at the moment I'm trying to build up the Merc coins, so it's now up to 293. Because there are other modules that I do quite like the look of, but you've got to, not only have you got to acquire the Merc coins to be able to buy the modules, but you've also then got to be able to engineer them, because when you first buy them, yes, they are better than a standard version of whatever it is you've got, but only just. So yeah, you've then really got to get in with the engineering. So let's take a look at the chat. It was a big in-game event with thousands of commanders taking part, either hunting Salome or defending her. Is that that event that had that fucking Commander Harry Potter who deliberately came in and bollocks the whole thing up? That's a bit of a shit of not being able to keep your on-foot loot. I mean, there's not a lot actually in the way of on-foot loot, so I have a feeling they probably didn't know how to code it, as operations use a different type of instancing. To be honest, I have no idea. Stream is buffering like my FS stream. Are you sure it was buffering and not like really sluggish? Because at the start of each part of that operations mission, yeah, as you exit the lift, it is really, really stuttery because it's shock horror. It's trying to connect to the servers and can't do a particularly great job with it. So it takes a while. So I have a feeling it might have been that was happening rather than actual buffering. I mean, I am only guessing, but you know, it's okay now. So there you go. So at least it didn't last, whatever it was. But I think that will do. So yeah, absolutely successful stream there. I think, you know, right, 6 Cyclops kills. Yeah, I will take that. But the Basilisk kill, I am absolutely like, I am so chuffed at being able to do that. I really didn't think I stood a hope in hell. I thought I was going to get completely slaughtered. And alright, I did take quite a bit of damage, but it really did feel like I was just breezing through it. It was nowhere near as tough as I thought it was going to be. I'm not saying it's going to be an absolute walkover, and if you can't, you know, take out a Basilisk solo, then you're fucking useless. There are plenty of cunts out there who would say that. But, you know, yeah, I'm under no illusion. Destroying a Basilisk is, you know, is not simple. And that's not just me bigging myself up. Oh, yeah, I was able to do it, you know. I mean, God, how impressive does it get? I mean, yeah, really impressive, you know. I mean, if women don't start throwing themselves at me now, then I don't know what the fuck is going to make them do it. And then after all that, yeah, also a chance to actually verify what I'd found in operations with the shotgun. But yeah, if you're doing easy operations missions with on-foot content, the shotgun looks like absolutely the weapon to go with. I mean, as great as the carbine weapons have been, and I would also recommend those, you know, if you haven't got your shotgun like properly upgraded and properly engineered, then, you know, go with the carbines. They are both fine choices as well. In fact, really, I think all of the weapons have got something going for them, apart from the rocket launcher. You don't really want to be firing that in enclosed space. The sniper rifle, because, you know, how slow a firing rate do you want? And that, I can never remember the name of it, but yeah, the crappy plasma machine gun, which is fucking useless no matter where you use it. So discard those three weapons, and any of the weapons that are left, they're going to do the business in you know, operations. And you know, there is a degree of you know, RNG when it comes to operations. You know, sometimes you'll get enemy ships that are right bastards to take out, but the on-foot stuff is pretty much a constant. It's always the same. So, you know, yeah, if you're okay with on-foot stuff, then operations is, I mean, it's still going to be, you know, it's still going to challenge you, but it's not, you know, hateful. It's not like ridiculously hard. So it's all good stuff. So what the hell? Not a dry vagina in Southend after that. Well, I'm not surprised. I mean, holy shit. Want women throwing themselves at you? Still haven't heard of birth. Yeah, that's the that's why they're not doing it, because you know, that's the Southend call. That is, you know. So yeah, no wonder I'm still signal. I'm just not burping enough. It's just not on. I always think that works. Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, it always works. Never fails. But yeah, I think on that note, it is very much time to call it a night. So go away.